Welcome to the Daily Rebellion. It's your time and space for bite-sized inspiration. I'm Cynthia.
I'm Dalina.
And we are the founders of Positive Female Awakening. So, Dalina, you want to tell us why we're here today?
Absolutely. So we were just listening to Brendan Burchard's Daily Fire. He was talking about life design. And if you haven't heard about his Daily Fire, it's in an app that he created called GrowthDay. And it's phenomenal. So we use it every single day. There's a lot of different tools in there, but he puts something out every single day to give us a little bit of education, a little bit of growth, motivation, inspiration. It's always something different. And it's just something that we really recommend you try. The link is in our bio. There's a free trial. So check it out, see if it's a fit, and see what kind of tools that you might like to build some habits around.
Absolutely. And thanks for sharing that, Dalina. So yes, so the Daily Fire inspired the Daily Rebellion. And today's topic that we're going to discuss our thoughts on was life design. And the first thing that came to mind as we were listening to it for me was that it's a perfect time of year to think about designing your life because it's December. It's the end of the year here in 2025, and we're staring down 2026. And it's a really exciting time because this is where you can sit down. You have to set aside time and reflect on how the year went. You know, where were you 12 months ago and how did this whole year go? And also looking forward into 2026 for the next 12 months and where we want to go. What came to mind when you were listening to it today?
So it was interesting because sometimes when I'm listening to something, I connect with every single thing that's being said, and I have a hard time picking one thing. But through this one thing just kept floating through my mind the whole time, and that was that we live our life on autopilot. I know I do it sometimes.
I'm guilty.
Right? I think everyone does.
Yeah.
And when he was talking about it, I thought, gosh, I think that there is a problem for people where we do live our life on autopilot. We wake up, we do our basic routine. We're not really making changes because we're not thinking about it.
Yeah.
We have no intention behind the decisions that we're making. And he does talk about decision making in this podcast. Mm-hmm. And he talks about how we're making decisions all day long, all the time. It's just those decisions are on autopilot. Yeah. We don't have intention behind them. So I really just kept thinking about how can we design our life? Well, we can get intentional about the decisions that we're making.
Yeah, absolutely. And just to share a little bit about my story, this year was a huge change for me.
Absolutely.
And it really did start 12 months ago in December of last year when I made a very conscious and intentional decision that I wanted to chase the things that light me up inside and chase real goals and take bold action. And through sitting down and really diving in and reflecting who I wanted to be. And if I were going to give an actionable tool to anybody listening today, as for a good place to start, is at the end. As strange as that sounds, it's something I learned from a great teacher of mine, Wayne Dyer, who I'm sure learned it from somebody else that was his teacher, was contemplating with the end in mind and thinking about and visualizing and feeling within who you want to be in the future. And I definitely did that. I wanted to be somebody that showed up, somebody that was living their purpose. And even though at the time I wasn't even quite sure what that was, but throughout this year, that clarity did come, and the productivity and, the inspiration, the joy around it all came to be. That's how we're even here today. And I think that's a really great place to start even this year going into 2026 is who do we want to be in 12 months? If we could see ourselves in December of 2026, looking back at how the year went and looking forward into the year 2027, who is that person and who do you want to be? And you don't have to worry about how you're going to get there. It's more so just visualizing the person you want to be in as much detail as you can. And I think that is a great place to start, especially where we're at right here in the year.
Absolutely. It is really interesting because, like I said, I haven't always lived with making these intentional decisions, right? And that's a journey, and it's been a journey for a lot of years that I've really been working towards. What's interesting too that my husband and I did at the end of last year, we decided to truly design our following year, and we had never done that before. 27 years of being together, we have never just sat down and planned out our whole entire year. But this time we did. We started on January 1st. We sat down and we just spent a good portion of the day really thinking about what we wanted our year to look like, what we wanted from our careers, what we wanted our house to look like, projects, travel, all of it, our relationship, the time we spent together. And granted, we did not get everything done. Okay, Cynthia, you know, I have big ambitions, rose-colored glasses. I'm the dreamer. He is the realist, and it does create a really good balance. But there are things that we did that we would have never done had we not sat down and truly listed it all out, wrote it out, and thought about how we wanted to feel, who we wanted to be, and what we wanted our year to look like. So I think it is a great thing to try out at the end of this year, sometime this month, what your life should look like, what you want it to look like, and who you want to be, like Cynthia said, at the end of the year.
Yeah, I think that's our actionable tool that you could take away from today's Daily Rebellion is start with the end in mind for who you want to be in December of 2026. I definitely would love to invite all of you listening to this to join our rebellion at positivefemaleawakening.com. It's a space and a movement for women that are reclaiming their voice and rising into the next version of themselves. And we'd love to have you a part of that rebellion. And then also, don't forget,
check out the link for GrowthDay. Like I said earlier, it's a free trial, so you have nothing to lose. And I know that we have gained so much just in the last year of being part of that app for all the things that it's given us, and we still haven't even gotten through everything that's available to us. So please click on that link.
So the links are in our bio, and please make sure you continue to follow us here on our social, as well as please join the rebellion, and we will see you next time. So stay rebellious until then.